And we're off and we are running. All right.
We're off and we're running. There we go.
Yeah. So this is One Hit Wonderful, a show where myself, Jonathan Phipps, and my co-host, the inimitable Renee Yaworsky, sit down with a musician or poet friend of ours, and we just shoot the bull about their songs or poems and how they got into music and poetry and the like, who their influences are, etc., etc. And this is a very special edition of One Hit Wonderful this week because, as you see, there are three of us on the screen. Yes, we have a double header this week. We have two fine ladies of the KMH community with Renee, my co-host, who is going under the microscope for the first time, and we have Diane Marie Coll on the podcast. Well, it could be a podcast down the road, but we have both of them on the show. Both of them are wonderful songwriters, and I think y'all will be very, 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 very happy that you tuned in this week.
I think so too. And I wanted to just get everyone caught up. First of all, we may be, on Media Network may be having a new host in
Diane Coll. It's Diane Marie Coll.
Yes, exactly. So that may be in the works. Another thing I want to just update everyone is that we have rebooted a reasonably spontaneous conversation. Yes. And today we did the first of the reboots with Corey Lynn Green, the banjo player.
Corey Lynn Green, Miss Banjo herself, the voice of the Valley. I can't wait to hear that.
And I'll tell you, I mean, we're going to be editing it tomorrow, but I will just tell you guys, it was phenomenal. And we learned all kinds of stuff about Corey that she has. It was just it was so beautiful. And she and Dennis got along so well. It was such a great match.
I love that.
It was so good. So I can't wait to share that with everybody. I mean, it's just, I'm chomping at the bit. So we're going to get it edited tomorw morning so that we can upload it as soon as possible.
Yay.
Perfect.
Oh man, she's mad.
Isn't she? She's just amazing, and she's going into the studio this weekend.
Yeah, really?
To record all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
So much going on with her. She's getting so much recognition. I feel like everyone in our tribe here on SDF and KMH is just everyone.
Renee, with that in mind, give our boy Troy Moore a little credit for what he did.
Diane, did you get to hear Troy? That was Jonathan. You're the one who told me.
Mm-hmm.
I woke up this morning. Troy Moore did a recording of Cairo, the song Cairo.
No, I didn't.
And Renee just melted, and rightly so.
I died. I've been dying all these days because Jeff Evans did it, Chip Kopp did it, Sylvia did her version, which is and then now this.
Oh
and
man,
he even sampled my voice. He even sampled my voice and then laid it over, and I was like,
"What?"
Yeah. He did.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! Where is it? I have to hear it.
It's on Troy's page.
It's on SoundCloud, and if you go to Troy Moore on SoundCloud, but then also on his page, and I'm going to share it probably 15 billion times. Dennis listened to it. Dennis was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so good." He did this Middle Eastern thing in it. It's so
brilliant. Oh my gosh, he's so brilliant.
So yeah, and his voice, Troy Moore's voice.
Yeah.
What is going on with him? Is he an ethereal being?
I said earlier.
Yeah.
I said earlier that he's like he's Tom York, Neil Young, Dan Reeder, and Brian Wilson all rolled into one.
Mm-hmm.
That man is an enigma, and I love every bit of it.
Me too. He's another Gemini too, Renee.
Is he a Gemini? Does anyone know his birthday? What's Troy Moore's birthday?
He put it in the green.
May 29th. May 29th.
Oh, May 29th. That's right. He has a birthday coming up. I knew it somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, so Geminis in kimono.
Yes, a lot of Geminis. Don't trust us. We're no good.
All are bad news.
Oh, we have hearts.
Bad news in the best way.
Bad news bears. I look at it.
Oh.
All right. So Renee, you want to lead things off here?
Okay, that means so bye, Diane. I need you here, but I'm being told that you have to go. But you'll be in the green room.
I will be right here.
Okay, women support. Don't leave me alone with this guy too long.
I will not. I'm here.
What are you?
Okay.
You're painting me like I'm
Going to
some
the
sort
bus
of
again.
fucking drifter or something like that. Damn it, Renee.
Fucking
Do I really give off that bad of an aura? Come on now. Cut me
give
some
off a
slack.
drifter vibe. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a little bit of a drifter vibe.
How? How? I need to know this.
I don't know. No, you don't. I was just joking. I was just busting your balls a little bit, as they say in Jersey.
Okay.
I was just busting you.
Joyzy. Anyway.
Joyzy.
Okay. Train of thought left the track for a second. Anyway.
That's a Dennis Tardon. He says that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stand by while my brain comes back from the static.
Dennis believes in you. Today, Dennis told me, he said, tell Jonathan that he's ready to fly. You know, that he's leading. He's you know, you're an amazing director. You're a producer. You do all kinds of amazing things. You're a host and you're fantastic. You know, you're ready to fly. So there you go. So I believe in you. We all believe in you.
Thank you. What we're doing here on the first part of this doubleheader, well, I don't really know how to describe it because it's that great of a song. I can't really describe it. So just
nice.
Renee, haul off and play it.
Haul off and play it. I love your is it, you know, Southernisms or
Phippsisms?
The Phippsisms. You know what? Last time I left you on the screen when I was playing, and I think it looked really good. So
I think it'd be pretty good.
It's kind of a weird thing to see in the virtual, you know, to see someone like looking at you, but I really like how you respond to people when they play songs. Aww. So I'm gonna have you on here.
Okay.
And if the sound quality is weird, let me know, and then I'll change the stuff and start again.
I'll mute on my end so the sound quality is a little bit better for you.
Okay. All right, here we go. So this is Hurricane Floyd, and it's on the 3rd fret because I came in, I was going to do the 4th fret, and then I saw Diane had hers on the 3rd fret, and I got to just be like Diane, so I just went, whoop, I pushed it down.
And you didn't want to draw the ire of Bob Ross for the 85th time this week.
Oh, I've pissed off Bob Ross enough for 1 week. So I think I'm just going to leave that alone. I'm just going to leave that alone. There you go.
Also, we need to make Marilyn Monroe kill a character.
Oh my gosh, Marilyn Monroe kill. I've been telling everyone about that. It's so magical.
Marilyn Monroe, if she was from like Valdosta or some shit like that.
It's more of a Norma Jean than yeah, exactly. All right.
Yes, I'm looking at the capo. I'm looking at the comments, and I can already tell Bob Ross is in here because he's saying "you and your damn capos."
You and your damn capos. I know. I think that's got to be Bob Ross. That's got to be Bob, right?
Has to be. All
right. Here we go.
Around enough.
He said, "Stop it now. We're not going to talk about that wig. I will walk away." Just saying. He said he's going to have a burial. There's going to be a burial of that wig.
Yeah, it's going to go into the Oconee, and you're going to follow it.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually scared to go back to Athens. I'm scared what'll happen to me. All right, here we go. Let me do this. Okay.
Enough bullshit, and let's get to this.
Enough bullshit. We're just cut to the fucking chase. Come on, Renee, play the damn song. You really wanna be something big? You can't get out of bed. There's no way to get you to work. Everyone's going insane on you. There's a hurricane heading by you. You shouldn't take a shower today. You know you never felt love, but you just might today. And if you leave the lights on, maybe stop on by. Baby, leave the lights on. It'll bring something. Possibilities abound so high. Your friends don't seem to care. The future is 3,000 miles away. You always believed in yesterday. The clerk you just met is going on. You never felt this alone before. Your head is heavy and old. Your feet coming off at the knee. If you leave the lights on, baby, stop on by. Baby, you leave the lights on, I don't lie. You just wanna live and be, but the world always takes something. There's nothing quite as beautiful as dirt outside your window. Yesterday tastes so good, but you said more than you should. Tomorrow takes you by surprise, and today's locked in your eyes. If you leave the lights on, I need something but tears in my eyes, baby. Leave the lights on, come on by. Everything they say is fantasy. If only the loud fans could let you sleep. If only you had one moment to think, everything would set itself straight. And if you leave the lights on, I need something but tears in my eyes, baby. Leave the lights on, come on by. And if you leave the lights on, I need something but tears in these eyes, baby. Leave the lights on, come on by. F harp with Hurricane Floyd. Bob Ross says it's the F harp. There you go.
Yep.
Thank you, Bob.
He always runs through the harps every time. So, when did you compose that song and where?
You know, that is 1999 North Church Street, right next to John C. Wright's house on Meg's, the year that he died, I believe, or right before he died. And yeah, that's me moving into Athens. And it's one of the first songs I composed in Athens, actually.
Wow.
Hurricane Floyd was an actual hurricane that was moving through, and I was hunkered down waiting for the hurricane. And what can you do but write a song?
Yes, and being a weather geek, I know that it took a big toll on my home state of North Carolina.
Oh, Hurricane Floyd did?
Yeah, it came up through Wilmington, I think.
How old would you have been?
I was 2 years old.
Oh, that is so cute.
And I was a couple months out from turning 3.
Wow. So you don't have any recollection of it, but people talk about it as you're growing up. They talk about Hurricane Floyd. Yeah,
and you always see the pictures of I-40 flooded in Wilmington and dead fish on the interstate and everything like that. It's
that's a poem. You know what? You should write a poem called Hurricane Floyd.
I should.
And you could write it about dead fish on the
dead fish on the interstate. Yeah, that'd make a hell of a poem, Renee. It's just brimming with possibilities.
You just channeled Poetry Man, the Dennis Tardon thing. You said dead fish on the. You do a different voice when you do.
I need a 3-pack a day habit to get to there. Did you write that song with the intention of it being a solo piece, or did you write it with the intention of having a full band behind you doing it?
Yeah, that's a great question. Everything was always a full band because I was in it. That was Making Planets was around still. And so everything was a full band. The first solo stuff I ever tried doing was over the pandemic, over the last year. So I still feel.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't like. It's really weird to have like Renee Yaworsky up there. I think that's weird. It was always a band. Yeah, great question. Wow. Boy, you're so great. You're such a great host. Dennis was right about you.
My face is turning progressively redder. Oh dear.
It's a love fest.
It is. I'm trying to think of some more questions here to go. I'm trying not to bleed it over into when I have both you and Diane on, because I've got a whole palette of questions for the both of you as to what drew you to Athens and the like.
I know, and that's why
but
I'm so glad that I got to do this song, because initially you wanted me to do Les Tarpin, and I tried my darndest, but I couldn't rechannel it. So
yeah,
I just couldn't.
Let me
figure it out, yeah.
You don't have to play it, but what mindset were you in when you wrote that tune? Because that is such a it's beautifully brooding.
Les Tarpin is a wild ride, man. That was on 181 Barber Street. That was on 181 Barber Street. And you know who encouraged me with that song? Everyone should Wikipedia her, but my friend Mary Epworth. She's a fantastic musician in her own right, but all the way back then, she's the one who identified that song as being a strong song, and she loved it. And so she encouraged it. So that's the reason why I didn't go the way of the dodo. I actually pumped a little bit more into that. But yeah, so Les Tarpin, which now is funny because now I think of Tardon. I'm looking at Tardon Meteor. Les Tardon. We want less Tardon. No, we want more. No, we always want more. No, but so Les Tarpin, could it be? I can play, I think I could figure it out. I was trying to figure it out, Jonathan. Yes. Could it be? And I couldn't fucking figure it out, But it's like, could it be a Les Tarpin sails white horses? The wild white horses of the sea. The wild white horses of the sea. Okay, so on Atlanta Highway, I'll give you a little Athens stuff here, Jonathan.
Okay.
On the Atlanta Highway, they have the mall. There's a mall. If you drive down far enough, there's a mall, and in it is the Piccadilly Cafe, which a lot of people would go. It's like a buffet, the Piccadilly Cafe. And as you're waiting in line to go into it, they have at that location some kind of a painting, and it's this beautiful painting of these children on the beach and these waves on the ocean. And on the bottom it says, "What are the wild waves saying?"
Oh, wow.
Isn't that like really deep for the Piccadilly Cafe at a mall? Yes. So we'd be like waiting in line, and Edison, my drummer and best friend of all time, he and I would be there, and we would be like, that is so intense. And so Les Tarpin, I think when I'm talking about the waves, I think that's how I channeled that. But it's a love song, and they're all love songs. But me being a fan back then of being more understated, I always wrote love songs that didn't sound necessarily like love songs, that would cover everything up, But yeah, it's a love song. It's a brooding love song, and it's about not wanting to advocate, not wanting to force love, but you want the person to believe in it enough to step forward on their own, Yeah. I love you, Jonathan. You're so good. You're just the best person ever. By the way, I want to tell you this too. Go for it. We want to do a skit where Dennis shows up for work for reasonably spontaneous conversation, and I tell him, "I'm sorry, you're not needed today. Jonathan's hosting." And then you come in and you sit down and you do your best, Dennis, and then you just take over the show.
So you want me to be Dennis Tardon for a day?
Right. And then he'll be fired. Like, he gets like, "No, we're sorry. You're not needed."
Oh my God.
I just thought of that. Because you're so great. You're amazing.
Thank you. When did you record Les Tarpin? Les
Tarpin was recorded 2002, probably.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. Probably.
I thought when I first heard that song, because the way you sound in that song, I thought you recorded that when you were like 15 or something like that.
You.
It's just, I can't describe it.
I will tell you that everything I recorded at 181 Barber Street was great because, and you're going to go, and Bob Ross is going to give you a tour, actually. I don't know. Yes. So 181 Barber Street is this Victorian mansion. And Judge Stern would like to hear this. It was the judge's house. There was a judge in Athens who back in the 30s commissioned it and it had these beautiful gardens, and it has these beautiful cathedral ceilings, and so everything you would record at 181 Barber Street has this beautiful echo. The echo on Les Tarpin is actual echo. That was recorded on a 4-track, analog 4-track. That was recorded on an analog 4-track, and it's just natural echo. Everything is just echo, echo, echo.
Damn.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that house, by the way. I talk about it way too much.
I mean, hell, I've wrote about the house.
I was just gonna say,
about the house.
Your poetry about that house makes me crazy, Jonathan. It's so accurate. It's like you were there. It's so weird. How are you that psychic?
Google Maps and Street View. And I've done that. I wrote a poem centered around Les Tarpon, and I think one other song, maybe by Wilco. I think it was in this. It's piece 71 maybe of my 100-day writing challenge. I took Les Tarpon and I took Radio Cure by Wilco and tried to put it into just a poem about that love gone bad. That's just every word is like shards of glass in your throat.
Oh my God. Like that. Okay, wait.
I can read it.
Can you play? I was just gonna say, like, now you have to read it. Like,
I'm sorry. I want it.
I feel like you have to. So you have to read that, and also want to. As you're pulling that up, I'll tell everyone I've been on this huge Wilco kick again.
Yes.
And so I've been listening to Sirius XM has a Wilco or Pandora, which is bought by Sirius. They have a whole Wilco channel. So I just listened to it like all night long. So I'm in a huge. I get that Wilco's fucking awesome.
Yes. What's your favorite Wilco song, by the way?
My favorite, well, I mean, Jesus, etc., always stands out to me.
The three that's always revolving in my mind is Heavy Metal Drummer.
Yeah. That's about me.
Radio Cure, of course, and If I Ever Was a Child.
I'm trying to remember.
I've never been alone. It's one of their newer songs.
Okay. No, I know. Yeah, okay. Do you love all the stuff that they did with Billy Bragg, like California?
I've not listened to much of that, but I will.
Okay, Mermaid. Was it called? Yeah, you have to get that. No, seriously, like that's like some of the best stuff ever. Okay. Do it, Jonathan. Don't make me angry.
Oh no, I don't want you to be Bob Ross raging.
You don't want to be Bob Ross rage. The Bob Ross rage.
Yes, it. Hell hath no fury no
fury like Bob Ross and his harmonica.
I found it. Okay,
let's do it.
I know this thing is just. Oh my God, this is like a pot of spaghetti. The direction it's going in, and I don't. Yeah.
Do your poetry, man. Do poetry, man.
Okay, I don't know about that, but we'll see. Okay, this is day 71 of my writing challenge, and when I write. I don't know why I do this, but when I write, I kind of set pieces in like small towns through the South. I center them a lot in the Carolinas, which is evident here because this one is set in Holly Hill, South Carolina. It is day 71 of my writing challenge, and it goes like this. Sunset from the rooftop, skipping stones across the brain's pond. Crows call from high voltage lines down the street. Wind blow off of Lake Marion. Picking peaches for the kings and queens of things I've never seen. Pinkish orange thunderheads raced to the east. Sweet sugar shrugged her shoulders in the yellow shade. Turned tail and motored off. Candy Apple Annie down the road. She had her idea and I had mine. Headlights down the highway, shouting from the shingled roof. Horse in the muggy night. Wild horses locked in place. Pluff tarpon. Voice sewing needles to the eardrums. Throat full of broken glass, that song. Shaking and quivering. Sad pilot's pound of sand in my eye. The rain inside. Making planets and Wilco songs on my Walkman. Split. The fence is down. Perfume marks the breezes. Trees, toes stubbed on palmetto dreams again. Pissing in the wind. Mother goose on the skids. Lady of many masks hiding harbored movements. Ambulance wails, dogs bark, and thunder claps. Ocean of clouds and lightning strikes don't defend our love.
Oh my gosh, it was so surreal for me to hear Making Planets and Les Tarpon and Don't Defend Our Love. What was going on? Like, so what are I wanted to always ask you this. You're kind of like a T.S. Eliot poet in that every line is some kind of a reference. Like an annotated version of your book would be fantastic. It would be all footnotes, right? Like T.S. Eliot is all footnotes. So what are, like, candy apple is in there, and what are all these references? You're a very specific writer.
Really, the references, they don't mean anything. Like, I'll just think, no, really, I'll think of a line in my head, and I'll think, yeah, that sounds good. I think I could add this to this piece. So what my ideas are basically just short spurts of ideas sewn together. And though I will take influence from song lyrics and things of that nature, sayings that I've seen and the like, and yeah, I'll piece them together like a quilt and put them out there, and if they stick, they stick, and if not, they just fade into the dustbin of history.
Well, I believe this, and everyone who talks about your poetry says basically the same thing. I mean, there's no difference in quality between you or any of the greats, Ezra Pound or E.E. Cummings or anything like that. I mean, I don't know how it's any different, and everybody says that. So you can do as much with your poetry as you want. Even Graham Bullen, come on, Graham fucking Bullen.
Yeah,
love your work. That's pretty
fair.
amazing. I mean, that's pretty amazing. So what do you want to do here? You want to bring on Diane now? You want to do that? We gotta flip it.
I'm fishing for more questions. I'm trying to reel in another question here, but there's not one coming. So if you want to, we can bring on Diane.
Wait. I'll tell you one thing about Hurricane Floyd, okay? It says, because this was kind of a Jonathan E. thing where every line kind of had a thing in it. It says the possibilities abound so high, your friends don't seem to care. That was a double entendre because Athens used to have a band called The Possibilities. And so I was doing a nod to an Athens band there. So I just wanted to say that. Yes. And then everyone's favorite line tends to be, there's nothing quite as beautiful as the dirt outside your window. Yeah. So when I was in New York, thank you. And what it has to do with is the Georgia red clay. So I was looking out the window and I would see the Georgia red clay, and being a Yankee, I had never seen that. So to me, it was very exotic. So it was beautiful to me. I'm like, yeah, I'm here. There was a pecan tree outside my window. And I said, this is crazy. I'm walking on pecans. There's red clay everywhere. It was very exotic,
How long did it take you? I did think of another question. How long did it take you to get acclimated to Georgia when you came down?
Oh, good. Oh, boy. About a good 4 years. But,
Really?
Yeah, everybody would tell me, why are you talking so fast? Why are you walking so fast? Slow it down, girl. Slow it down.
Oh, God.
At least 4 years.
Oh, God. I feel like if I ever get to Syracuse, I think that's how people are going to view me. Like, who is this hick donned in full NASCAR gear, talking like fucking Andy Griffith? Why is he up here? Because everyone in this goes back to a thing that Tim Wilson did on Southern Accents. Every person from North Carolina sounds like Andy Griffith. Wow. I'll tell you what. Anyway.
Okay, that was really, really accurate. That was I've never heard. And Rory's going to have to judge that one. Listen,
he was literally born and out like 2 hours east of me. So.
That was the best Andy Griffith I've ever heard in my life. Okay, wait, we need to get Diane on. So
we need to get Diane on here. This thing is like a pot of spaghetti. It's going in 1,000 different directions, none of which we intended.
But I got to get out of here.
Oh, Jonathan, I have a request.
Yes.
Can you say spaghetti like Andy Griffith? Because that was one of my favorite Andy Griffith episodes. When he had
I don't remember that episode.
Oh my God. He couldn't say no to dinner invitations. So the whole episode was him going to people's houses and they all served him spaghetti.
Yeah.
And he's just like, spaghetti. It's just really funny.
My Andy Griffith is very limited. Okay.
All right.
So, in an attempt to try and get this back halfway in line, you got everything ready to go?
Wait, I just want to say something real quick. I just want to say,
Jonathan,
there we go.
Thank you. I just want to say, Jonathan, when you in real time are self-aware of your performance and then you talk about it, it's just like Jake Allen when he does his lives and he's like, yeah.
What the fuck chord?
Yeah, what the fuck chord is it? Jonathan, I'm just letting you know there's another layer there that I personally appreciate. So carry on. I love it.
Okay. So after the first half of that, let's see if we can turn the ship back around and get back in a straight line again.
This has been great. Right. I've been in the green room listening to you too. It's been great.
All right. So Diane, if you are ready to go, give us a little bit of Cowboy Church.
I will. Capo on the 3rd fret, Bob Ross, and I'm unapologetic about it.
I don't know who is more adamant about not using a capo, Bob Ross or Doc Watson. I don't know which.
I'm gonna say Bob.
Yeah.
We'll just put it out there.
Okay. At least he's in good company. So,
he is.
Cowboy Church. Let's go.
Here we go. You're the guy who left his tears on the floor of the Cowboy Church. You're the guy who left his tears on the floor of the Cowboy Church. Caught in a moment between sweetness and sorrow. You're the guy I walk with into tomorrow. Serene Vespas at sunrise. I remember the stillness so wise. You're the guy who left his tears on the floor of the Cowboy Church. Never mind any fear, because we walk side by side. My love lies deeper than realized, breathing in stillness so wise. We're caught in a moment between sweetness and sorrow. You're the guy I walk with into tomorrow. You're the guy. You're the guy who left his tears on the floor of the Cowboy Church. You're the guy. You're the guy. Ooh.
Wow. Diane, did you write that song about anybody in particular?
I did.
Ooh.
I did. I kind of have a story about it. It's actually, I wrote that to my then husband.
Okay.
Now ex-husband, friends. He watches us all come over to my house. You know, it's good with us. But the kind of the lead up to the song is we went to there's a cowboy church in Nashville, Tennessee, and it actually is still going, and it is run by Johnny Cash's sister, Joanne.
Oh, wow.
And we were there in 2015, and it's just the wildest experience, because you walk into this little theater and it's fire and brimstone. It's just like crazy stuff. But they also had an Elvis impersonator. So it was just this really surreal experience of, oh my God, I'm getting traumatized. And oh, Elvis, you know.
It's like a fever dream come to life.
Yeah, yes. It was. It was wacky. But you know, my husband at the time, his name is Brian, and he got caught up, and he actually was. He's the one who left his tears on the floor, literally.
Wow.
And as we were walking out after the service, I saw the tears on the floor, and I just thought to myself, "You're the guy who left his tears on the floor of the cowboy church." And I thought, "Oh, that's a song." Well, it's going to be a song, and I held on to that line for about a year and a half.
I see.
Yeah.
When did this happen, and when did the line manifest itself into a song, and what mindset were you in when you were writing it?
Yeah. Well, let's see. This was, 2015 is when I got the line, and then 2017 is when you know, then I understood what those tears were about.
Aha. I see.
You know, and then the song it wrote itself so quickly. And I was in a very sad, kind of mournful state when I wrote it, you know, somewhat hopeful, but you know, to me it's a melancholy song, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the emotional state I was in. I was in my kitchen when I wrote it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I forgot to ask Renee this, but I'll ask you, and then when we bring her back, I'll turn around and ask her. I know that Sylvia has done a cover of the song. How does it make you feel to hear folks cover your songs? Like, it must flip you in a way.
Yeah, you know, that was the only time. And
Really?
Sylvia, I hope you cover it again. I'd love to hear you do that again. I was just tickled silly. Oh my God, somebody else is singing those words, you know?
I still think we need to do like a KMH song swapping fest.
I know. Wouldn't that be great? Do like
Kim Ware, if you're watching, I propose this right now. Because it'd be a great idea.
You know what good too is if we did almost like drawing names out of a hat to see whose song you get. I think that would be so challenging.
That would be perfect. That would be perfect. Yeah, just be all of our songs and then a separate wheel or a separate picker just for Renee's Cairo. It'd be perfect.
Right. Yeah.
So let me ask, did songwriting, because I know you also are a poet to an extent, did the poetry come first or did the songwriting come first, or did they both come on the scene about the same time?
When I write a song, typically the music always comes first, always, and then the melody. It's sort of like the chords, then the melody, and then it turns into this, what am I saying? What am I trying to say? I rarely start with the concept. I rarely start with an idea, and Cowboy Church is the rarity where I actually started with the line and knew it was going to be a song one day. But I typically just kind of vocalize while I'm playing the guitar, or if I'm going for a walk, I'll just kind of hum and play around with words in my head. And it's a real, I don't know how to describe it. Just tapping into the subconscious, not getting too literal.
What genre of music do you think has influenced you most?
No. I love rock music. I can't project, I'm not a rocker, but I love rock music, but it certainly has influenced me a good bit. The Beatles, we were a Beatles household, you know, that kind of thing. Anything with a really good melody.
Yeah.
You know, and the Beatles were so great with melody. Tom Petty, just his melodies, and you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
I don't know if I truly answered your question there.
It's all good. I don't think anybody could really answer it fully without taking an hour on it to fully get it out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Give me 5 songs that have really impacted you over the course of your life. If you can whittle it down to 5.
Oh my God, just off the top of my head? Oh my gosh.
Go for it.
Oh man. I wish I could have like 5 minutes to really think about it. But okay, the first thing that comes to mind is The Bridge Over Troubled Waters will always be one of my favorites.
Yes.
It makes me cry every time I hear it.
Same.
Yeah, it's just beautiful. Oh crap, I'm drawing a blank. Can I name an album?
Go for it.
The Beatles' White Album.
Yeah, that's a good one too.
Oh my God. Well. Yeah. There's a George Harrison song on there called Long, Long, Long that is just so mystical and beautiful. And every time I hear it, it just reminds me, it's like, come back to self. Oh man. The Tom Petty song, Even the Losers, I love that song.
Oh yeah.
When I hear that, I just crank it. And I really resonate with that song.
My favorite Tom Petty, let me just interject right quick. My favorite Tom Petty song is Nothing He Did Solo, Nothing He Did with the Heartbreakers. Do you remember Mudcrutch?
Yeah.
Scare Easy gets in my head like every other week, and I can't shake it. It's such a damn good song.
Yeah.
I can't. Okay, so you named 2 songs in an album.
Yeah.
Feel free to, if you want to put it to albums, go for it.
The Pretenders' first album.
Oh.
Album. Oh my God, that changed my life. That album changed my life. I couldn't pick one song off of that album. It's so raw and in your face, and Chrissie Hynde is just one of my favorites. One of my favorite female songwriters, let alone just songwriters in general. She's underrated.
Yes, she is.
She is.
Can you think of another album to round out the 5?
The Who's Quadrophenia.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Who in that era was just undefeated.
Oh man, just the power.
Okay. One more question before we bring Renee on and really get the questions going. Favorite Chicago area band? Because I know you're a Chicagoan. Can you pick just one?
I mean, technically, they're from Rockford, but Cheap Trick.
Cheap Trick.
Man, every birthday they would somehow magically play on my birthday every year, and that's how I spent my birthday for years when I lived in Chicago, just seeing them.
Wow.
Awesome. Yeah.
All right.
How about you with North Carolina band? I just almost want to just toss that to you too.
Favorite North Carolina band? We've not given the world. Well, I know we've given the world some. I know we've gave Ben Folds 5. We've gave the world them. Fetchin' Bones.
Oh man, I love them.
Let's Active. Who is Mitch, Don Dixon and Mitch Easter's band, the people who did Murmur, REM, Avid Brothers. They're up there for me. Carolina Chocolate Drops, who was formed in Boone. I don't know if you know of them or not.
Oh, no.
They're a great little bluegrass band.
I love the name.
Yes, Carolina Chocolate Drops. They're good. I'm trying to think of.
Weren't the Connells from North Carolina?
I'm not sure. I know we've given the world 1,001 bluegrass bands over the years. No way I could name all of them at the moment. We've got some damn fine musicians in KMH from here. Kim. Yeah, obviously CJ, myself, even though I shouldn't be on that list. To be honest, I shouldn't be on that list.
but you are.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Even though I'm way, way, way down on the list. I'm trying to be better on myself. I know Renee is gonna tan my hide when she sees me for why are you so hard on yourself? Why are you so hard on yourself? I can't help it.
I know. It'll subside at some point.
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see if it resides over the course of a lifetime's run. Okay. So yeah, without further ado, Renee, bring yourself forward.
Hootie and the Blowfish. I think they're from North Carolina.
Hootie and the Blowfish are. I thought Hootie and the Blowfish were from Georgia.
No,
no, they're from South. Let me see.
South Carolina. Are you sure?
Maybe it's South Carolina.
I know that Darius Rucker is from Charleston.
Oh,
and Darius Rucker's from Charleston.
Confuse the Carolina.
They are a South Carolina band. They were formed in Columbia.
I thought it was North Carolina. I thought it was North Carolina. I would have lost a bet if that were happening.
Okay.
I think they live in Nashville now.
Oh, do they? Yeah. Darius is like a huge country star now, right? So
yeah,
he does a version of Wagon Wheel. Sylvia does Wagon Wheel. I do Wagon Wheel.
Yes.
But Darius Rucker is the one who kind of made it more famous.
Yeah. Such a good version.
Oh, so good.
Okay, so I have some questions for both of you.
Oh, wait, she said she has a story.
Oh,
Can I just tell a story about Cowboy Church and then?
Go.
So I was at a Nashville songwriting camp about 3 years ago, and we had this opportunity to pitch a song to two separate publishers. So I brought my garage band recording of Cowboy Church, and this is for sync recording, like for movies and TV. And both publishers are like, yeah, that's a great song. I can hear this on this TV show or here and that. But, if we just change it, maybe we could change this and maybe a bridge. And so by the time they were done kind of messing around with my song, I kind of joked to myself. It was turning into, you're the guy that spilled a tequila on the back of my pickup truck. It was like, because it was so far
That's what
removed.
Nashville does.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, I'll take my song back. Thank you. I just wanted to share that because,
yeah, don't. And if Alice Nelson is watching this, don't let Nashville wreck your songs because they will all turn into beer in your hand, fucking, this or car up on blocks, that whole hat act shit.
Yes.
But anyway, that's another can of worms for another time. We got questions to answer here. So I know that both of you have attended and graduated from the University of Georgia. What drew you ladies to the fine city of Athens, Georgia, and UGA? Renee, go first.
I love UGA. I moved down with 4 of my friends. We actually all moved together. Yeah, we visited when we were 17, and then we loved it. We spent 2 weeks there, and we just loved it. We met amazing people. So we were like, we're coming back. And 3 of us were in a band together that was Making Planets. So initially, so we all lived together. It was like the Beatles in Help or whatever. It was like the Monkees. We literally, me and my girlfriend slept in one bed, and then the one guy had one room and the other guy had we lived together. We did everything together. We were like, it was exactly like the Monkees. We were the Monkees. It was just not famous or rich or anything, but but that's why we wanted to have that experience. And we were out every night at the 40 Watt and at Tasty World and Georgia Theater, and we were just there all the time. Especially Paul Thomas, the X-Ray Cafe, which was right down the street from, the 40 Watt. We were just out. I don't remember ever being in the apartment. We were just always out. We were at shows constantly. We were at the Grit every day. Oh my gosh! Yeah. I better stop talking. I want a Golden Bowl right now. So
I know. I was just thinking about myself. Oh man,
Renee, how long were you in Athens total?
I want to find out why she moved to Athens.
Who's she?
Diane, the other
Well, I got just one more question to ask you.
I'm feeling invisible.
What's going
I have
on?
just
What is happening?
I'm losing my train of thought.
You're the
girls. I'm losing
therapist,
my train.
Diane. You have to diagnose everyone in here.
I think that maybe the vaccine's starting to take over.
Right? Renee, I have just one more question, and then I will get to Diane. I promise you. How long did you stay in Athens total?
Oh gosh, well, it was on again, off again. So I was there for quite a while, and then moved back for law school to well, I was overseas, and then I was back, and then I was in New York, and then I was back, and then I was in Savannah, and then Statesboro, and then we were always coming up to Athens. And so now it's been about 5 years, I think, since I've been down in Georgia, really, which sucks. So yeah, it was like, in typical Athens fashion, we were there and then not there and there and then not. Seems like everyone in Athens leaves, but then we always come back, right? There's a thing about Athens, we keep drawing you back. So I'll be back. Yeah. Yeah,
you'll be back in August, and I will be there with you. And we are going to get Bob Ross or Monica Peoples or someone to nail our feet to the ground so we can't go back.
That's right.
I think, someday I'll live in the AHN. Anyway, Diane, what drew you to Athens, Georgia, and UGA?
REM. I mean,
really?
Most
people that's true, they don't admit it. You're the first person I've known who admitted that. Most people.
Renee, you admitted it too.
No, I didn't. I didn't move there for.
Come on now.
I made several pilgrimages there. I remember taking a Greyhound bus to hang out there for a while. I forget how old I was. I was, gosh, how old was I? I was in my 20s. I was like, I just have to go, and that song Pilgrimage, REM, was going through my head the whole time I'm on the Greyhound bus. And so I went there several times and, loved it. So then when I had the opportunity to actually go to UGA to study music therapy, it was either Athens or Kalamazoo, Michigan. I was like, I'm going back to Athens.
Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Did you get to have a relationship with anyone in the REM universe?
Yes, yeah, I would say, maybe 2 or 3 rings out, but yeah, we, I guess I could say that I had a dip in the Buck pool, the Barry and Peter Buck pool when they were not.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Barry Buck, of course, co-owns the 40 Watt. She's always in the, she always there. Very involved in the local community.
Yeah,
exactly, definitely.
She was good friends with Jared Bailey, who I knew Jared Bailey through my friend Kathy Kerbo, who's an amazing musician in Athens.
Oh wow, no, that's great. Barry does a lot for the community. She's totally awesome, and I love the 40. The 40 Watt is such a great, just that institution of the 40 Watt. It's moved around several times, but like when I was there, it was somebody just said Jared and I are good friends in the chat.
Oh.
So, yeah, I can't read the Facebook name because we're on StreamYard, but somebody did write that. So go check.
I'm going to guess that's Bob because I know
Maybe
Charlie's got his name up there. I'm going to guess that's Bob.
It might be Bob, yeah.
Did you ever make the original 40 Watt?
I never got to be there because I was there from 99 on.
Oh,
yeah. So when I was, it's always been right there at the end of Clayton.
Yeah.
But it's great, and all these people know each other, and it's so great. I don't, it was just, it's a great ecosystem, and so that's what I loved about Athens is if you don't know someone, then you know someone who knows someone.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Diane, how long?
B-52s. B-52s was a big draw for me.
Trying to ask a question.
I'm the one disappearing.
You're going to know.
Now you know what it feels like. Now you know.
Diane.
Okay. So, Diane, how long did you stay in Athens?
My longest stay there was, I moved there in 91, and I had to move at the end of 95. Big depression rolled in because I had to move from Athens, Georgia to Rome, Georgia.
Ooh.
And 2 big cultural different cities. So yeah, it was about full 4 years, and it's fun to go back and visit. That's for sure.
And it beats the ever-loving hell out of Rome, Georgia.
Oh my God,
Has
I
to be.
so depressed.
Rednecksville to the teeth. Anyway,
It was horrible.
for both of you, how has life impacted how you write songs, and how has it influenced how you write songs? Renee, you want to go first, or you want to volley it to Diane?
Volley. The volleyball.
All right.
Question. You know,
Right.
I mean, life gives us the material, you know.
Yes.
I think when I was younger, I mean, I really was very influenced by REM and how ambiguous they could be. And I tended to write more, you know, dreamy kind of like, what's she singing about? Or coming up with these really obscure titles, you know, because it was just fun to do, to kind of paint that type of canvas. I think I've gotten a little more literal lately, you know, a little more straightforward. Maybe that's just how I view life now.
Yeah.
That's my best answer right now.
No shame in that. Yeah, that was a great answer.
Yeah.
All right, Renee, what say you?
Well, you know, because she said REM, you know, I always remember this really arrogant quote, you know, by Mike Mills, but Mike Mills from REM, and he said, I don't need inspiration to write a song. All my inspiration is I sit in front of the piano and I write the song, you know. But actually, even though that sounds a little arrogant, I was more from that. When I tend to get really emotional about something, I shut down. So then I'm not as creative. Strangely enough, I shut down. So for me, I came from maybe more of even though truly I do funnel my emotion in, but it's more of an intellectual standpoint where literally it's just like, okay, time to write a song, which is more of like a Beatles way of doing it. The Beatles would show up in the studio and they would record, and then there'd be tea time, and then they would go home. Literally, it was very regimented, you know. It was very British the way they did it. I was more like that. So because if I feel too strongly, like if I'm really, really sad, I write a happy song. And if I'm really, really happy, I can write a sad song. So my emotions don't dictate my writing as much as somebody else, just because I feel too deeply to be transparent. And Diane, that resonated with me, of more of the I would obscure my true emotion through my lyrics. A lot of my early lyrics were always cloaked in weird imagery. Yeah, I didn't want to actually say, okay, this is how I feel. Everything was like clouded. Yeah.
There's
Sad.
You
write a sad song when you're happy and a happy song when you're sad. That reminds me of, I hate to keep referring to Leo Cocky, but he did that for a bit in the late 70s. He has 2 albums in that vein, Burnt Lips and Balance, which are, if you listen to the lyrics on the songs where he does sing, and he said it in interviews in years past. I was in a great place. I was happy, wasn't depressed, but the lyrics is just so gut-wrenching. You know, taking chances, making backward moves, silly glances at my crying shoes. Then what follows, like a broken dream, dying awful, slowly drowning in the stream. Like, it's...
You know, I have a theory about that. You know, if someone's in a good place and they're writing something darker, maybe there's enough resources there to get that dark stuff out. You know, that's just my theory about that. You know, it's like there's a resiliency kind of built in. It's like, okay, now I can go there and tap into that.
I'd like to, if Renee, you got a lot of my Making Planet songs, the lyrics, if you go back to them, were like so just crazy, like crazy shit, you know? Like,
was it just you, or who else had a hand in writing those? Because those songs, like I say, I can't really put my finger on where they are. It's just I don't know.
Well, I'll give you
Ditch era Neil Young.
Yeah, like well, the lyrics were all me. I did all the lyrics generally, but what I would do is kind of like other people can never hear my lyrics. I always was very garbly, you know. So people would say that was such a great lyric when you said this, and I'd say, well, that's not what I said, but now that's the new one. So they were kind of like they would like one thing that for example, there's a song called Progress, okay? And it's a heavy rock song, so I don't tend to play it on my own. And it's 2 chords for 7 minutes. I mean, it's like literally 2 chords. But it's the chorus is shy feet, shy bales, hold still, over and over again. Shy feet, shy bales, hold still, 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 whoa. Shy feet, shy bales, life is still good. And people would never know what the fuck I was saying. They'd say, I love that. I love that song. Yeah. And they would
Renee?
say, what are you saying? And,
how much of that was influenced by Michael Stipe on Murmur?
Actually,
because I know you love that record.
I do love Murmur. I'll tell you that because that's true. Michael did do a lot of that, right? So early on, he refused to publish the lyrics, I believe. Yeah. Early on, there were no lyrics in the liner notes for those early REM songs. Chronic Town, yeah. Chronic Town. Wait, there's a great story about Chronic Town. When I was 8 years old, my best friend and I determined that we needed to get a favorite band. We were just like, okay, we need to be cool. We need to have a band. So we went to the record store. This is cassette, you know, and it was the cheapest one they had because it was an EP. And I said, okay, Chronic Town. And so I bought it. Yeah, just the little thing with the little the gargoyle on it. And I bought that. And I said, okay, now this is my band and this is the thing I like. And I put it in, and you know, fucking, it was so dark and it was scary. By the time we got to which one is it? No, the one with all the crazy.
Lower?
Which one?
Wolf's Lower or Carnival of Sorts?
The one, no, like the long one with all the crazy sounds in the background. There's only 5 songs on it. Gardening at Night, Wolf's Lower,
Wolves,
Carnival,
Stumble.
At the end, they have all this crazy. It was like terrifying. I turned that thing off. I didn't.
Oh no, really?
I love that. I love that song.
This is traumatizing. It was so scary. It was another 5 years so I could listen to REM again. I was so scared.
Oh my god!
What's everybody's favorite REM album? I'm curious because I have.
Mine changes. Mine changes like every other week. Yeah. If you, this might be a bit of an out of the box pick. But I have really come to enjoy New Adventures.
Really?
Yes. I think New because I mean I like Monster, but if Monster sounded like New Adventures, they would have never dipped after Automatic.
Oh, man.
Leave is a fucking, I don't know if I relate to a song more than that song.
Really?
It's fuck. I need to sing it sometime, but it's like 8 minutes long.
Well, you can do your own version. 3 minutes.
Renee, what say you?
I mean, I really love Reckoning. I just love Reckoning. Harbor Code and all of them, and you know, I just amazing. And Murmur too. Shaking Through is so good.
God, but, Renee. Yeah. If time travel were possible, we would have to go back to the last night of the Green tour when they played Murmur start to finish, Green from start to finish at the Fox in Atlanta.
Wow!
I'll bet someone in the comments was at that show. I'll bet money that someone was in the comments was at that show.
I wasn't there.
That's sad.
Yeah, you know, I think my 2 favorites. I go. It depends on my mood. It's either Fables of the Reconstruction, which
yes.
That's an album.
I was going to mention that too. Green Grow the Rushes is so good, and Wendy G is so good. Yeah.
Good Advices. Now that's a song. Good Advices that I would say is one of my favorite ever. Mm-hmm. And Automatic for the People. There's just something about that album. It's so kind of mystical and grounded at the same time. There's just so much great instrumentation and Yeah.
REM sound. Yeah, the jangly REM spirit.
All right, let's go from albums to songs. What's your favorite REM song?
Okay, but then after this, I want to let you know the judge has to come in.
Yeah.
The judge is here.
I'm just starting to scratch the surface of the questions.
Oh, I know, but I'm terrified because the judge has been watching. He's been taking notes. He wants, I'm a little scared to let him in, but I just wanted everyone to know. So, okay. So what was the question?
Favorite REM song? Go.
Oh, man. Good advices.
Okay.
Wow, that's cool. I always say "Losing My Religion" just because it's like a sellout thing, but honestly, I think that's one of the best love songs ever written. Like, I just love it. I just the lyric. I mean, come on, it's amazing.
And
but
Renee
of course, I love so many of their songs. Yeah.
Renee has gave me grief over me having not one but two mandolins, and I don't know how to play "Losing My Religion."
Yeah, how do you have a mandolin and not do that
Yet?
I don't know.
Yes.
Don't. God almighty, lady, get off my case.
Okay, here
I'll
he comes.
get to it eventually.
He's
And
He's here.
There he is.
He's muted. Unmute.
Oh, you're muted.
He's muted.
That gives me time to
goes.
ask. Okay.
No.
5 pages of notes.
Oh, no.
To the Kimono My House show that was supposed to be at 9 o'clock. You have our apologies. Sorry, Miss Kim Ware.
Oh,
Please show yourselves when I am passing my judgment.
I'm afraid. I'm
here we go.
scared.
Here
It
we
was
go.
supposed to be 9 o'clock?
8:01 again. Preparations need to be made before 7:57. People are waiting. By the way, my favorite REM song is also "Losing My Religion." It's bitchin'. Jonathan, your beginning was very tight. However, when discussing your guest, you shouldn't trivialize by saying etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
What a surprise! I did not get the memo about the 1 hour, one hit wonderful show, who I thought was going to be 30 minutes.
I had to.
Now I know it's going to be an hour, right?
Can I just leave now, Judge? I don't
No,
want to
don't
hear you.
leave. Don't leave
right?
me hanging, Renee.
Just want to know.
Can I just Bugs Bunny dance out right now?
I'll get another cushion.
No.
I'm so sorry. I'm so
Suitable
sorry.
props to entertainer Troy Moore, who you mentioned earlier in the show. You forgot to mention that his voice is also reminiscent of David Bowie.
That's true.
Jonathan,
That is true.
fact. Jonathan, fact.
Yes.
A baseball cap and unshaven look for a host on a show does resemble a drifter. It's not a stretch.
Hey.
Okay, if you did shave, we would
He did
suggest
shave.
better lighting.
It looks like you got a haircut, too.
I did at least get a haircut. I look
Yeah,
there
at
he
least
goes.
halfway human now.
And again, I don't know why you wear the baseball cap. You have a full head of hair. You'd have nothing to hide.
You do look good without the cap, Jonathan. You look very good. Very, very good.
And since we are discussing appearances, thank you both ladies for dressing for the show. Jonathan,
You know what I said? I love that. I like how it just like tapers off.
no comment.
Jonathan roasted.
You're helping Miss Renee. You're helping Mr. Phipps to create Phippsisms. It's very cute to some. I am not one of those people.
Oh dear.
The Marilyn Monroe roadkill wig is becoming bigger than it needs to be. Watch the movie Frozen. Let it go.
Let it go. That was
Yes,
good.
for Bob's sake, please let it go.
No.
Miss Yaworsky, beautiful song, as usual. And will not take points away for the title, as I also remember Hurricane Floyd. Strange name for a hurricane, Floyd.
It was a strange name for a hurricane.
It's like the barber from Andy Griffith. Ooh, I'm gonna fly around here and blow things up.
Yes.
Yes,
That's
I
a
do
good
my own Andy
callback.
Griffith impersonation too.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Phipps. I need to think of some more questions. You're right. Please do it before the show. Before you're on camera.
I'm so scared.
Renee,
I'm leaving
You all had a
camera
good
right
laugh
now.
when you painted yourself in a
It was
corner
nice knowing y'all.
Oh, wait, no, you
with the less
say.
Tardan comment.
Wait, what did you say? Wait, what did you say?
I said we all had a good laugh when you painted yourself in a corner with that less Tardan comment. That was a Freudian moment. Very cute.
I remember that. Thank you.
I think everyone will agree the best moment of the show was when Renee told Jonathan she was so happy to see him and he lit up like a vaccinated Christmas tree.
Yes.
What a huge smile that boy had.
Yon
We don't
Christmas
see more of it.
tree is vaccinated.
All
There
right.
you go.
The quote of the night, Wilco is fucking awesome.
They are.
They are.
Fucking awesome.
Jonathan, I cannot rid my mind of, will it also be a while before I can't even read my own damn note on this. You sow short spurts of poetry together. This is your process.
I'm gonna crawl in a hole, y'all.
This is your
It's been
process.
nice knowing y'all. I'm gonna crawl in a hole.
Say.
Ray, I have a question. When you went to Syracuse, did you have to learn to speed yourself up again?
Yes, I did. Wind me up. It's just a wind up. There's a wind up.
There
back
you
here.
go. Had to slow down when you move south. You have to speed up when you go north.
Yeah, exactly.
Renee, when you critique Jonathan, just remember there's a judge somewhere scratching his notes out.
It's like she already did it. She already
You're
did
taking my job, Renee.
it. Okay, sorry.
By the way, 3 pages of notes before Diane Marie Coll even comes on the show.
I know this is. I want to just leave. I wanna
Memorable
go.
show, indeed.
I'm relieved here.
All right. Diane Marie Coll, another lovely song, as always. Also, love the painting on the mantle behind you. Huge Petty fan.
Yes.
Huge.
Huge.
Fun story. Any church that has an Elvis impersonator on the stage, be wary. Be very wary. Even if it's Dragon Elvis.
Yes. It could have been Dragon Elvis.
Fascinating
Elvis
fact
needs his
that
own
you
church.
wrote your song in the kitchen. Were those your tears on the kitchen floor?
No, but there
A
was a
Beatles family. Yes. Brings me back to the glorious memories. I presided over the case of Maxwell and his silver hammer. Can't remember his last name. Carolina bands. You were talking about Carolina bands. Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Oh yeah. I love them.
I can't believe we forgot
I'm
them.
a big fan.
Yeah.
Why would Judge Stern be a big fan?
Jonathan, if there
Yes.
are 2 females on the show and Renee is talking, that means the other girl
It's
is
not
Diane Marie. Your guest.
That was funny.
I'm
Who?
sure
you
the
were
people
so
of
cute when you're bashful.
I'm sure
What?
the people of Rome, Georgia will be huge fans of the show from now on. Nice going.
Oh well.
Just tagged all of Rome, Georgia. Just left.
Talk about arrogant
Oh,
quotes.
yeah.
All right. The last page of my notes, the last few notes are going to be a little stern.
Oh, jeez. It gets worse.
When Jonathan starts a story at 8:58, you know the show is going long. When Renee starts a story at 1 hour and 1 minute, you know the show is going very long.
I'm so
And let's not
busted.
forget the show's format. We played 2 songs tonight and talked rarely about either one of them.
Oh no.
Those are my notes. I am Judge Stern.
Oh
I just want to leave. I'm so. Can we?
no!
can we
Don't
go
leave!
now?
You can't do this to me, Ray. You can't
Can
do
we
this to me.
go?
No.
Yes, I believe it's time to go.
Judge Stern is like, "Where's the cane? We need to have one of the canes. So the Showtime at the Apollo has the cane."
The cane.
Yeah.
If he had the cane, he'd be beating the crap out of me with it.
Or a fine.
I've
Or-
never caned anybody in my life, but I have passed judgment.
Dennis is gonna watch this and he's gonna take back everything he has ever said about me.
No, he won't. No, this was wonderful. Thank you, Judge Stern. That was hilarious. Judge Stern, I think this was Judge Stern's best performance even. That was great. It was horrifying.
Better
for
for worse.
but he was extremely
I feel
accurate. So what
Nice
can we
to be
say?
sharing a stage with Miss Diane Marie Coll.
Yeah.
It's an honor.
And and to see the judge do a fist pump was pretty epic for me. I mean, I didn't
Oh,
know
you like
the
that,
judge
did
could
you?
do a fist pump. Okay, everybody, this was fantastic. We got to get out of here because Kim Ware and Andy Gish are going to be like looking at the clock, like, why are these people still on the stage? So we're going to go, but thank you to everybody, of course. And Jonathan, we love you. Your haircut does look good.
Take
We
care,
love you,
young lad.
Diane. And
Thank you,
so
Renee.
much, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you,
We love you.
Judge.
Okay. Bye, everybody. We'll be in touch. Bye.